And now the SUEY nominees for Best Dismissal. Tony Kaladiud dismisses the fans of the show.
The praise is coming in for the video department. There's a fan that posts timestamps in the comments who does more work than 10-Day Tony and Lewis combined.
Is that guy?
Billy, you were laughing, looking in the corner with Lewis as he had to lug all sorts of equipment to Tahoe and
They were here really late yesterday. I'll say that in their defense. I don't know if they were getting pow or what, but they were here until like almost 6 o'clock yesterday.
We make shit happen, Dano, and if the fans don't like it, suck it. Wow.
I'll talk to the listeners that made. Fans of the show, man.
What happened?
No, Tony, no.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm tired of it.
Tony,
I'm tired of it.
Tony, Tony.
I don't need
No, Tony. No, that is not the attitude around here. No.
Stugotz has got the right attitude.
Thank you.
An unhinged Mike Ryan dismisses everyone in the studio and on the Miami Heat.
We are crazed right now.
What you are pathetic, Chris.
What do you think?
Stugotz is a liar.
I'm not saying
he's keeping this act over there, and Amin here is getting buried by Heat Nation. He's been telling you, he's been keeping it real.
You're praising Strus. He was 0 for 9.
Strus keeps shooting.
What is that? What are we doing?
When Strus goes to the cup, he's looking to lay it up. He's not looking to turn it over like Duncan Robinson is. Duncan Robinson is a coward.
Listen.
He is a coward.
All right, Chris.
A coward.
And Bam can be Bam in D.C. I am done with him. And Kyle Lowry's one of the worst postseason players in the history of the NBA.
The shipping container dismisses 60 Minutes.
That show sucks.
Jesus.
What's the worst?
Who's carrying around a stopwatch like that?
Incredible television.
No, it's
Bill Whitaker.
Incredible television.
What is it? Bill Whitaker telling you what's going on around the world?
60 Minutes is
a bunch of white hairs talking down to you.
It's a waste of 60 minutes.
It delays usually like. What was on after that? It was like, oh, well, now CSI Miami is going to be 2 hours late because we need to watch these old people yell at us about things.
Right, it throws your whole recording schedule off.
Everything. No, they're very condescending.
Just reporting the news.
There's
very
watch the
condescending.
news anymore.
It's also only 48 minutes.
yelling.
Schedule.
Good point, Chris.
It's only 48 minutes.
He gets
Get
it.
technical.
Billy Corbin dismisses Chris Whittingham for liking trains.
And like, I can't wait to use the Bright Line in a more meaningful way. I love the idea of trains. However, there seem to be a lot.
I'm sorry.
There seem to be a lot of people who are dying near these trains.
What are you, 4? I love the idea of trains.
I love the idea of trains.
You have like a little conductor's hat on right now.
I've been driving a f***ing car for 30 years. I don't want to drive a car anymore.
Choo-choo.
I want to get on a train. I'm tired
Get
of
that
driving.
man a whistle. Get that big boy. Get that big boy a whistle and a conductor's
I don't like you
hat.
patronizing me right now. So I want to get on a train, but like, can you tell me how to feel about this? Because it seems to be like there are a lot of cars
in your pink shirt that loves the choo-choo.
Billy Gill dismisses Sam Madison for his French fry opinions.
Talking about how great Bo Campers was, and ahead of it was just two generic, a curly fry and a skinny fry. It's not even from a place. You may have been a good football player, but no respect, Sam. You don't know shit about fries.
This is the Dolphins quarterback coach and a legend.
That was Chris Cody.
What the hell is Sam, thank you, guys.
There he is. Okay, Chris.
It was Billy.
Billy Gill dismisses Peppas.
I'm getting sick of Peppas.
Whoa!
That's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough.
It's
good.
I want another song, I think. I'm just saying, it's become too mainstream. It's become too, it's everywhere. It's on everyone's Instagram posts. It's just.
Somebody tweeted that there was at the Reds game last night.
Cincinnati.
They're bad.
Yeah, I mean, Great American Ballpark. I mean, come on.
Greg Cody dismisses Dan Le Batard. I'm not coming after you. You're coming after me, as you did on the air yesterday when you referred to me as useless for some reason. I have no idea. It's a terrible thing to refer to another human being as useless. In an era where we all have heightened sensibility to mental health issues and to bullying, for you to go on the air and call somebody, let alone a friend of yours, useless is just absolutely ridiculous. I'm glad I'm going to be at that roast of you Saturday, because I'm going to stand up and start heckling you. Okay, if they're not roasting you hard enough, I'm going to stand up at the table after a couple of scotches and start roasting your ass, because you deserve it, asshole.
Yeah!
Told you that was
all over Dave Shula.
Should have laid down your sword.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Warned you.
Dan Le Batard dismisses Barry White's lovemaking ability.
Barry White probably underachieved as a lover, according to anybody who was ever with him, given what the expectations are.
Why do you assume that?
Because he can't reach the levels. He can't reach the levels. No one can reach the levels of erotica that man has in his voice.
If he stays on beat, though, like a metronome, he might.
Billy Gill dismisses the Florida Panthers after they got swept by the Tampa Bay Lightning.
They get off way too easy because they assume no one's paying attention. So they go to strip clubs and they do all these things thinking no one's going to hold them accountable. And they think, you know what? Right. Everyone's just going to be happy that we won our first playoff series in 26 years. That's good enough. Now they'll get off our backs. No, not any longer. If this is going to be a hockey town that we want it to be, then heads need to roll right now. We will not accept a second-round exit. Oh my God. We will not accept a stupid president's trophy. We will not accept the president's trophy.
Evil
that
person.
Doesn't ultimately mean anything. Exactly right, Stugotz.
Who are you pointing at?
If you are the owner of the Florida Panthers, you take that president's trophy and you send it right back to the NHL and you say, this is not the trophy that we want. We want, goddamn, the Stanley Cup, and we will settle for nothing less. And anyone that's not on board, Bob, with the goals you're giving up, and the coach, whose name I didn't even bother remembering, Brunette, he's out of here. Changes need to be made if you're going to take the next step. And it doesn't end with complacency, and it doesn't end with happiness, just winning one round and getting swept by the exact same team that swept you last season.
They weren't swept.
That's not how you get better.
Who are you pointing at?
Lost in 6 games.
Billy Gill, Greg Cody, and Dan Le Batard dismiss Babe Ruth.
How befuddled Babe Ruth would be out by any middle reliever coming out of a bullpen right now, throwing 96 mile an hour. Yes. Yeah, he wouldn't even be Justin Bohr. He'd be terrible. Would Babe Ruth be terrible today? Yes, he would. He'd be like, what is this 96 on the black
Justin Bohr is disrespectful.
No,
they're similar body types.
Babe Ruth would be a bad baseball player today. It'd be like he'd be up there with a plunger because some middle reliever for the Marlins is coming out throwing 101 miles an hour. No,
I feel bad for saying Justin Bohr was terrible because he had his moments.
I agree because 99% of Babe Ruth's at bats would have been against the guy pitching his 450th inning of the season, Grover Cleveland Alexander.
Babe Ruth was the fastest man in baseball.
He was also the fattest man.
I made the fastest stuff, yeah.
Chris Cody dismisses David Sampson.
He just takes a lot of shots at Adnan, just like he does it in a way like, I don't hate Adnan. You can hitch yourself to that wagon, that review. It's like he does these like passive aggressive things like, I'm being completely like, I don't have any emotion in this. I'm just telling you how it is. It's like, no, you're clearly a little, I don't know if it's jealous that Adnan's with LAF because he wants to move. Like, there's clearly something he has against Adnan. Adnan's one of the nicest people ever. Maybe you say he's not great at review, but he's like taking these shots. And it's just...
You're defending Cinephile.
I'm just defending not being a jerk and, like, not being clearly emotional about something and then acting like you're, like, incapable of being emotional about something. He's clearly sensitive, like a lot of us are. Maybe I'm being sensitive with this, but I can admit I'm being sensitive, David. Feelings, they happen.
Mike Ryan dismisses David Sampson.
Wait, David, are we really questioning the NFL's marketing strategy? Like, I mean, seriously.
Yeah, the guy that booked El Gran Combo, the Puerto Rico, so they could play Brujeria during a Super Saturday, telling the NFL how to do business.
I mean, they're doing fine, Dave.
Ridiculous. Your big marketing strategy was El Gran Combo and Saturday Night Fireworks, and you're telling the NFL what to do.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, Steve Miller Band every now and then. If Calder Racecourse doesn't want them, we'll take them.
Juju Gotti dismisses David Sampson.
David Sampson, get over yourself. I've heard you review movies before on those Thursdays, and breaking news, they are not thought-provoking. They are not life-changing. Your movie reviews, sir, are the Joker of the week. So get out of here coming after Adnan. He Metal Art Media. I'll fight you for everybody who worked for Metal Art Media.
He will.
Salute to David Sampson.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait. Beat him down.
Did you end that with a salute David Sampson, though?
You have to.
Yeah, you got to salute. We got to salute my dog.
Of course, Billy.
On the tiers of gas, what would you rate David Sampson's reviews?
Reggie, Reginald, Cheryl, Miller.
Okay, that's bad. That is bad.
He also came after Don't Look Up, talking about it was a bad movie. Then 2 weeks later, actually, let me rebuttal it. That was a good movie. David Sampson, get the fuck up out of here, sir. Don't do that no more.
Chris Cody dismisses his friend and high school baseball teammate who pitches for the Miami Marlins.
This bullpen stinks.
You were rooting.
The best bullpen pitcher is my high school teammate. It's not even true. He's one of the worst ones. But
whoa! When are we going to interview him? When are we?
Well, not now, probably.
When are we going to interview?
Give him a little time to breathe. Yeah, let's hang that one out to dry a little on the clothesline.
Why are you ripping your Marlins friend?
We'll bleep it.
No, we won't. We just exposed Amin's porn habit.
Chris Whittingham dismisses Jim Gray's career.
Whittingham is telling you with great judgment, I don't want the career of Jim Gray, who has had great success. And if he had an ounce of dignity, he wouldn't have gone on an infomercial with LeBron and done the decision. I'm frankly shocked to hear you say this publicly because you are so careful with the feelings of others, but you have just dragged Jim Gray. You have just, you don't want his career, and you wouldn't sell your soul to do an infomercial with LeBron on ESPN.
That's right.
Chris Whittingham dismisses Stugotz for his inability to get his Zoom audio correct.
It already makes my blood boil that we are 2+ years into using Zoom, and there are still issues where you can't just select the right microphone to be your audio source, okay? We are 2 years and 3 months into using Zoom. That is not hard to understand how computers work. That when you plug the microphone in, you have to select it as the source of your audio. To then, after deciding on Sunday afternoon to let me know that you're going to California, and then 2 days later, not get your audio source right, when it is the source of the tension that you can't get good sounding audio in a Zoom. And to then, after all of that, after making my life impossibly hard the last 3 days, have the balls to say, you problem. I mean...
That's a you problem.
He's changed you, Chris, has he not? He's
that's
changed
a you problem. It was just, like, how can you say that?
I stand with Stugotz.
You're sitting.
But if I were standing, it would be next to Stugotz. He's right about Zoom. It's difficult to get exactly right. It's confounding.
It's input source.
No.
Yeti microphone.
No.
Click it. The end.
No, they're not engineers, man. They're the talent. They come
Learn.
on there. They talk. No, they don't
Everyone
need to.
has
you need
to
a
be
technician.
like,
Learn at your elbow nowadays.
You go to the butcher, you say, learn how to butch? No.
Greg, I'm asking you, as part of your profession, to learn 1% of audio engineering.
You know how you learned how to send an email? Click send? That's what we're asking you to do.
It's honestly
more
less complicated. It's less complicated than sending an email.
Chris Whittingham dismisses the butt crack and ball sack sports of the world.
I just want to read a headline from The Spun where John Morant says that he makes his thoughts on Michael Jordan very clear. And I know that he has made his thoughts on Michael Jordan. This is where ball sack and butt crack and all this stuff, they do a great job of obfuscating and really make me distrust what I read, because now I don't know which detail was the correct one. And it makes me sad.
I love that. I love that after segments about Woj.
Somebody tuning in for the first time in 10 years is really confused right now.
No context. Just.
Where are we getting our news from nowadays?
Who's ball sack? Who's butt crack?
It's like who's ball sack?
Who's ball sack does a great job of obfuscating.
Mike Ryan dismisses Tim Reynolds.
This is an intervention, Tim Reynolds, because all around town for a long time I've always heard that guy kind of dickish, and I've been like, no, funny. That's what people say about you at parties, Tim Reynolds, and I'm always there defending you. And then that Joe Brady story came out, and you went at me, the person that's always been. I don't see him being dickish. You judge people by how they treat the little people, and he didn't even treat Stugotz. Well, Stugotz is a big-time national star, and he treated him like absolute dog shit. I don't like it, Tim Reynolds. You and I, not friends.
Were you ever
And
friends?
the next time your name comes up at a cocktail party, which is rarely, I might add, and they're talking shit about you,
I love it.
Guess who's joining in the fray? This guy. Don't you ever talk about my producer that way. Don't you ever do that to Stugotz ever again.
Thank you.
And if I've got a hurricane Range report, and I'm giving you a hat tip, you accept the goddamn hat tip because I'm making you now. That's right. This show is bigger than you.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. By a lot.
No.
I mean, he's big, though. By a lot.
No.
You burned your last bridge, my friend.
What happened?
It's shot up. It's
What
in
happened
embers.
there? How'd that get in?
Dan Le Batard, Mike Ryan, and Chris Cody dismiss St. Andrews.
Every time
Fine.
I have seen St. Andrews since I was young,
Home of golf.
it makes me sad. The television makes me sad looking at all that parched grass, and just it feels like a bunch of goats have spent a whole lot of time eating, and now they're telling me it's golf history.
Oh,
And
this
you're-
looks like dog shit on the television, man.
Oh, you knock it off.
It's made me sad
Looks
my
like
whole
a
life.
4-day-old olive.
Listen, Tahoe, it is not. I understand.
It's got to be the crappiest looking prestigious place.
It's an embarrassment. I know this is the birthplace of golf. I'm not going to push back on that. That's irrefutable. But it also looks like shit.
David Wells dismisses Angel Hernandez.
Let me tell you something. I hated the umpires. I did not like them. They changed their strike zone a lot with me later in the game.
Right.
That pitch was a strike early in the game. Now it's a ball late in the game.
Who's swinging it down? Angel Hernandez?
He's the absolute worst.
Thank you.
He might be a nice guy, but he's terrible on the field because I think it's all about him.
Greg Cody dismisses the home run derby. If you lob a 30-mile-an-hour fastball to a major leaguer, of course they're going to hit a home run. The worst major leaguer in baseball is going to hit 10 or 12 home runs under that format, being pitched that way.
So they should be throwing curveballs?
No.
Like, what's your solution here?
It's a fake event. It's like not even real.
Dad, you had a funeral.
Okay. Those were my deck shoes of long standing. They
Real
meant
event,
something
though.
to me.
Real shoes.
Okay,
Right,
all
exactly. No.
Okay.
I am with you, Greg. What's wrong with that?
He got me on that one. Greg Cody dismisses visors. Well, what's with a visor? It's like half a hat. It's like you couldn't afford a whole hat, so you got the brim and the back, and you couldn't afford the dome. It's ridiculous, visors. Oh, I'm Steve Spurrier sitting here. What's going on? I'm getting ready to fling my visor at an SEC back judge.
This is season 3 of Hacks, I think.
It's ridiculous. How do you fit one of these things? It's not even on me right. Greg Cody, Dan Le Batard, and Jessica Smetana dismiss Stugotz's word. He tells people what they want to hear. He's a self-aggrandizing liar, not a hurtful liar. And the example I would use is a couple of weeks ago, he's like, buddy, you got to go to Lake Tahoe again. I want you in my playing group. You'll definitely be there. I'm going to make it happen for you. So in that moment, he feels like a big shot. He makes me feel very good, and then nothing
100%.
comes of it.
Greg, yes, I'm at the Grateful Dead concert, and he's like, Smetty, I'm gonna call you. Smetty, I'm gonna call you. Smetty, we'll meet up. Smetty, this, and then
Right.
I'm there, and I'm like, where are your seats? And he's like, oh, I'm in the second row, and I can't leave. Smetty, I'll talk to you later. I'm like, okay, bye.
I have never in my life had any relationship with anyone that I can say this about. The words mean nothing. Whatever the word is, a man is only as good as his word. Stugotz's word is not true.
Jay Billis dismisses Mike Ryan's golf swing.
I thought the results were remarkable given
the process.
One, the lack of athleticism.
All right, fair enough.
The poor posture.
Yeah. I'm tall.
And then the lack of turn and quick over the top move.
Yeah.
But, once you teed the ball up above, sort of a hair above the ground with your driver, you found that the ball got airborne and that the club actually works. It was actually a very impressive rise in performance.
That is a vintage backhanded compliment from one Jay Billis. No one does it better.
Jay Billis dismisses Stugotz.
I felt bad blowing off Jay, and so I spent the entire weekend last year apologizing. Jay said you don't have to apologize, but we got to spend some quality time this year, which I felt very good about.
Stugotz,
So
I don't
thank you.
think you understand sort of the positive vibe that comes from you walking away.
There you go.
And
you got your own backhand.
You apologize.
I'm voting
for it,
yes on the poll, Jay.
but there was just when you like ditched me for the lounge magician.
Yes,
it was there was a celebratory feel that just went through my body.
Jimmy Johnson dismisses Jerry Jones' inclination that Jimmy snivels about not being in the Cowboys' Ring of Honor.
I get to make that decision, and it isn't at the end of the day all tailored around whether Jimmy is sniveling or not.
Such a boss
I had to look that word up in the dictionary. I don't know that I've ever sniveled. Do you ever remember me sniveling?
Formula One driver Lando Norris dismisses Dan Le Batard's outfit at the Miami Grand Prix.
So Dan, who you see in your Zoom window here,
Yes,
is
I'm
on your
sorry.
left, and he's kind of wearing like a basketball shorts, white polo look. Is that
Yes,
is that what you want to be going
he's gonna
for
side with
at a
me.
Grand Prix?
I think he's going to think I'm the best.
Check the shoes.
The best dressed in that picture.
Flat brim hat. Orthopedic shoes.
You can be honest.
Someone with my style, I couldn't pull that off with my coolness, but obviously you're probably a bit cooler than me, so you can pull it off.
That's right. Yeah.
Especially because I'm probably a bit smaller than you, so
Yes,
basketball
a bit.
shorts for me almost look like trousers, which is an issue.
A bit.
Stephen A. Smith dismisses Dan Le Batard's outfit.
Dan, could you do me a favor? Why you got to be doing your show? I mean, you are big time. You telling me I'm big time. You big time too, Dan Le Batard. Why you got to show up in a V-neck T-shirt? I mean, Dan. I mean, you can't do better than that. I mean, come on now. You look like you just getting straight out of bed. What's up?
I am bum Miami. I am not style Miami.
I mean, you don't have to do the blazer and the tie. I get all of that. But a nice collared shirt that represents Miami would be nice.
I certainly can use some style tips, as we've
Come
learned.
on, man. I just gave you one. Try a collared shirt.
Chris Mad Dog Russo dismisses Notre Dame.
I hate Notre Dame because Notre Dame thinks we're Notre Dame and you're not. I get a little burnt out by the Notre Dame feel. If you go to a Notre Dame weekend, it is incredible the amount of fans who go listen to the fight songs in the chapel, go down to the grotto and light the candles, hang out and watch them march into the stadium. Oh, enough already. Play the game. Jeez. Crazy.
Juju Gotti dismisses Nick Wright.
You look like Toe Jam from Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
You look like you play harmonica for the band Sha-Na-Na.
Oh, no. You're going too far now.
That's 19.
Greg's favorite band.
No, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
70s Shana.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A Shana reference?
The construction worker.
You look like DreamWorks Turbo. You look like you know your way around a pair of nunchucks.
Is that a teenage? Is that a Master Splinter? Was that, or did I just self-own this? Because the Master Splinter's been thrown my way a number of times too.
Mike Florio dismisses ESPN and Adam Schefter for not reporting on the Tom Brady to the Dolphins story.
It never got traction because ESPN ignored it because ESPN didn't break it. And I assume that Schefter knew about it. And maybe this is just one of those third rails that he's not going to touch because he's a Michigan guy and doesn't want to piss off Brady. And he's tight with Don Yee, and Yee represents Peyton and Brady. And maybe the table was set for Schefter to be the one to break it to the world if Brian Flores doesn't file his lawsuit.
He laid it out rat-a-tat-tat style what was going on there. It was clear and well done, Mike.
Okay,
Great hair.
Very good.
Well, here's my prediction. Week 1, Sunday, ESPN, NFL Countdown, they'll report it as if it's brand new. That's what I'm waiting for.
Mike Ryan dismisses Mickey Rourke for going after Tom Cruise.
Mickey Rourke, not looking great. I'm not going to do the physical appearance
no, but I'm
thing.
just saying the
Actually,
fake-
I am Mickey Rourke. You piece of shit.
No,
you don't come at Tom Cruise that way. You don't come at the greatest movie star of a generation that way. You jerk.
Yep.
He's irrelevant. He's the biggest movie star on the planet right now.
You got
He
him.
brought America and the world back to cinema. He bet on himself. I mean, you're relevant for the first time in years because you simply uttered his name.